Ladies and gentlemen, WWE Smackdown Live Review. I am back once again. Corey B here on YouTube at OMG Corey B, on Periscope at 2 Sweets Pod. We're about to review Smackdown, the latest edition, the go-home show to WWE Crown Jewel. Don't get me started on that. But we're about to hop right on into this thing. We started off with quite the blockbuster. First, AJ Styles came down to ringside, wanted Daniel Bryan to come down immediately, said that he had something to say to him. Daniel Bryan said that he respected AJ Styles. Daniel Bryan said that the only thing that he saw was the WWE Championship. That's what he wanted. AJ Styles said that the Pele kick in the tag match was on purpose. It wasn't on accident. So after that, these guys were ready to fight. AJ Styles said, we don't have to wait until Crown Jewel. We can get this thing on right now. And the crowd was with it. We were in Gainesville, Georgia, the home state boy AJ Styles. They were all over him. We were in Atlanta, Georgia, not Gainesville. But the home state boy AJ Styles, they were all over him. So Shane McMahon comes down and thinking, okay, he's going to do the typical GM thing where he cancels the match, waiting until Crown Jewel. But no! Shane McMahon says this match is going down not only tonight, but it's going down right now. I enjoyed this segment. Definitely a segment that would go into the good category. The reports were out big time about John Cena and Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan, they didn't want to go to Saudi Arabia, for Crown Jewel. And Daniel Bryan was the one holdout, and it was like, well, is he gonna go? Is he not gonna go? So we got the match. As soon as the match was made, I was like, okay. That's how they're gonna get Daniel Bryan out of Crown Jewel. So we get to the match, and look, it's AJ Styles versus Daniel Bryan. Did you expect it to be anything else but a 4-star classic, a 5-star classic, or whatever, what have you? It was a phenomenal match. I gotta say that during the match, the commercial breaks inside the match, like it's AJ Styles versus Daniel Bryan. I understand that it's on TV, but man, the commercial breaks it just really kills the flow of the match. That's just me personally. But as for the match, I gotta say that I really enjoyed it. What I enjoyed most about the match was that they had some limb attacks. AJ Styles is going after Daniel Bryan's knee. He's looking like a real heel out there, and I loved every bit of it. He was slamming Daniel Bryan's knee into the announce table, working over his knee really well. Daniel Bryan was going after AJ Styles' arm, and it was just a phenomenally told story with guys that are already incredible workers. So I enjoyed the story in this match as well. We had the 6th spot where it looked like we were about to get a super Styles clash, if I'm not mistaken. Daniel Bryan went for a super Hurricane Rana. Looked like we were about to get a super Styles clash, but Daniel Bryan reversed that and hit the Hurricane Rana. Left and right near falls. I enjoyed this match very much. It would end as AJ Styles with the Styles Clash. Daniel Bryan had him in a triangle choke. AJ Styles hit the Styles Clash, rolled that up into the Calf Killer. I still call it the Calf Killer. And he would pick up the win as Daniel Bryan would tap out. This was a phenomenal match. I was shocked that Daniel Bryan, they had him tap out. They would just have him take a pinfall loss. But Daniel Bryan tapped out right in the middle of the ring. And it was a phenomenal match. I enjoyed every bit of it. I thought it should have been the main event, but hey, that's just me. Obviously, they got stuff to build towards Crown Jewel, so I can understand why it wasn't the main event. So, after that, they have the classy handshake, and Samoa Joe comes down out of nowhere, lays out AJ Styles, lays out Daniel Bryan. Both guys are laid out. Samoa Joe is left standing tall. He raises the title belt like, this is mine, and I'm coming forward. I'm like, okay. Maybe we'll get something to go down at Survivor Series or Crown Jewel. We'll see. We would have that match made later in the show. Samoa Joe versus AJ Styles. But after that, we got 2 promos. Jeff Hardy promo and the Miz promo back-to-back, both hyping the Crown Jewel pay-per-view. Also, after that, we had Paige, we had Charlotte backstage. Paige praised Charlotte for her work at Evolution, the great match with Becky Lynch. It was a phenomenal match. You can see my reaction to that match. It's on Periscope. If you go through my videos, you'll find that I have many. I think it was like 4 matches from Evolution that I reacted to. Paige and Charlotte was one of them. That was my favorite match of the night. But Paige wanted Charlotte to be the captain of Team Smackdown for Survivor Series. Charlotte didn't want to do it, and Paige gave her a talk, was like, look, you're the right woman for the job, and Charlotte said she would consider it. The SmackDown thing, look, this Survivor Series thing is starting to get really old for me. It's a problem. Because it's starting to get old. It's like the same old thing every year. Brand supremacy. I'm surprised we haven't heard it yet. Just give it some time throughout this Survivor Series build. You'll hear it. Brand supremacy is on the line. Oh my goodness. So after that, we had Big E versus Cesaro. And we had, I'm not going to undersell this, the New Day came out to the Brood's music, came down as the Brood, and it was just glorious. I haven't heard that theme in a while. It's one of my favorite themes. It was just fantastic. I enjoyed every bit of it. They still had the pancakes too. That was strange. That was funny at the same time. But normally, in these trick or street fights, it's normally very cheesy, very hokey. It was Big E versus Cesaro. And this one was kind of hokey, but it had some good action in it, if I'm being honest. And it broke down pretty fast. You know, we had Sheamus and Big Show, Us and Big Show get involved pretty early, which caused Kofi and Woods to get involved very early. And it was just a big brawl. We had Big Show and Kofi and Xavier on the outside, and we had a lot of stuff going on in this match. Had Cesaro slamming Big E into the pumpkins. The funniest parts of this match was, I think it was either Kofi or Woods misting the Big Show. He had a bunch of red mist in his face. Then we had Cesaro going for his finisher, the neutralizer, and Big E missed him and hit the big ending for the win. This is a trick or street fight. Went about 5 minutes. Nothing special in the match. But it was better than the normal stuff that we do get out of these specialty matches. So in some respects, I did like it. So after that, we had Shane McMahon. He met up with The Miz, Orton, Ray, and Jeff Hardy. He talked about the World Cup. The Miz was joking about Halloween, and how Halloween came early. Didn't have any jokes with Randy Orton, though. He stopped short on joking about Randy Orton. But Shane McMahon said that if any of those guys lost to a Raw competitor, they would be fired. And I don't understand that. Like, you're going to fire one of your competitors, one of your guys that work for you, so that they can go bolster the roster of Monday Night Raw? Like, really? Really? I guess. Whatever. But after that, AJ Styles met up with Paige. He said that he wanted Samoa Joe at Crown Jewel. Paige was hesitant about it, said that she did not want to reward Samoa Joe, but she gave in to AJ Styles anyway. And we have ourselves a match, AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe at Crown Jewel. I need that deep breath. Next up, we had Shinsuke Nakamura, the U.S. champion, versus R-Truth. And, man, this precipitous drop of Shinsuke Nakamura is just horrible. Like, it's just sad to see. Like, what happened to that guy? Former Royal Rumble winner, WrestleMania near main event to nothing. Like, they just wouldn't pull the trigger on the guy, and now he's just stuck in mediocrity with the United States Championship. That title means nothing as well. That's stuck in mediocrity. But the action was pretty decent in this match. R-Truth came down with Carmella. Carmella has just this face turn. I thought it was pretty weird at first, but it has worked wonders for Carmella. The crowd loves her now. But as for the match itself, I mean, there was good action in the match. I enjoyed the match, but it's just that I cannot get emotionally invested into this matchup. And neither could the crowd either. Outside of R-Truth dancing. Outside of R-Truth and Carmella having a dance break. Because we can't get emotionally invested into Shinsuke Nakamura. That's why it's tough to get invested into his matches. Because they jerk Shinsuke Nakamura around left and right. He's not around on TV most times. He's backstage and catering somewhere. So it's hard to get emotionally invested into him when he comes out. Shinsuke Nakamura would go on to pick up the obvious victory. Action was good, but the crowd never really got invested into it at all. After that, we had Becky Lynch come down. She had a I Am the Man t-shirt on. I thought it was pretty funny, but I thought, man, WWE in these t-shirts, they have been so plain. Like, no design lately. Like, can you get something original out? But she had an I Am the Man t-shirt on, talking about how she beat Charlotte. I guess Charlotte was the man to be the man. You gotta beat the man, as Ric Flair would say. She talked about how she wanted Evolution. The crowd just cheered, Becky, Becky, Becky. It was lovely. And this was a short and sweet promo. Becky talked about how she wasn't here to cosplay. She's not here to show a reality show. She's just here to break Ronda Rousey's arm. And that was it. I loved every bit of it. And unfortunately, Becky is going to lose to Ronda Rousey. I'm sorry, I got to break the news to you guys. Yeah, Ronda Rousey's winning that match, but I enjoyed Becky Lynch. I enjoyed the heck out of that promo. After that, we had Samoa Joe cut the promo talking about how he was ready for AJ Styles, how he was going to be the new champion at Crown Jewel, how it wasn't over with AJ Styles. Pretty sure that'll be a phenomenal match, but I have it in my head. I already know what's going to be happening as for the result, but I'll save that for it later. So moving on, we had the main event of the night, Rey Mysterio and Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton and The Miz. I don't have a problem with this one. It was too hype. It was about as good a hype as we've had for the Crown Jewel World Cup tournament. So this was a really decent match. Had it not been for AJ Styles and Samoa Joe, it would have been the match of the night. It really picked up when Jeff Hardy hit the whisper in the wind. It really picked up when Mysterio got the hot tag. Excuse me. Action really picked up. Ray counted the skull crushing finale. Jeff tagged in. Ray hit the Rana. Then eventually we got to the finish of the match. Ray hit the 619 and then Jeff hit the swan time for the win. This was a phenomenal match. I enjoyed every bit of it. It got some decent time, so I enjoyed it. After the match, Randy Orton hit RKOs on everybody in the match. We had a nice plancha RKO with Rey Mysterio and Randy Orton. I very much enjoyed that one. Randy Orton stood tall. And that's how we would close the show. That's how we would fade to black. This wasn't the greatest SmackDown overall, but I enjoyed it enough. There were some things that I enjoyed enough about the show. Obviously, Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles. I enjoyed the Trick or Street fight, to be quite honest. I was pretty decent at best. Nothing that made me mad in that match. And I enjoyed the main event. I enjoyed Becky Lynch as well. So SmackDown overall, pretty decent show, and I enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought of SmackDown, whether that be on Periscope at 2SweetPod, YouTube at OMGCoreyB, or on Twitter at 2SweetPod or at OMGCoreyB. Let me know what you thought about SmackDown, and also feel free to hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Feel free to follow on Periscope. I am out.